friends, cherished souls, and fellow travelers on this remarkable journey of life. I stand before you today with a message that resonates with the deepest truths of our existence, a message of hope, divine intervention, and unparalleled reward. Listen closely, for what you are about to hear is not merely encouraging words. It is a profound revelation, a promise being fulfilled right before your very eyes. Something truly extraordinary is not just on the horizon, it is actively approaching, destined to forever shift the course of your life in ways you cannot yet fully comprehend. A divine transition is at hand, and in a beautiful testament to His boundless grace, God is sending someone you never, ever expected. Imagine this. A stranger, someone of immense influence, significant provision, and perhaps even vast wealth, will soon be divinely used as the very vessel of your long-awaited breakthrough. This isn't a whimsical notion. It's a sacred blueprint unfolding. For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you. Plans to give you hope and a future. Jeremiah 29:11. But as with all profound moments, a crucial question arises. Why you? Why now? At this particular season of your life? What precisely was it that positioned you for such a monumental shift, for this divine relocation that is about to irrevocably change your destiny? The answers, my dear friends, lie not in chance or coincidence, but in a divine logic that transcends human understanding. By the end of this message, you will grasp with absolute clarity why you are on the cusp of stepping into a sacred season of divine reward, a period where every unseen act of faithfulness will be brought into the radiant light. I implore you, do not look away. What you are about to absorb may very well hold the undeniable key to your next great blessing, unlocking doors you thought were permanently sealed. Before we continue this powerful conversation, I invite you to join this collective spirit of anticipation. Reflect on these truths and allow them to take root deep within your soul, for something truly holy, truly transformative is taking place right here, right now, and it is a moment you absolutely do not want to miss. For far too long, many of you may have felt overlooked, perhaps even forgotten. The bustling world, in its relentless pursuit of immediate gratification and superficial recognition, might have passed you by, leaving you with a quiet ache of invisibility. Your name may have never graced the prestigious guest lists, nor has it perhaps been cast into the brilliant glare of the public spotlight. Yet, I declare to you with unwavering conviction, heaven, the very realm of the divine, has never, not for a single moment, taken its eyes off you. While others were too preoccupied with their own affairs, too busy to notice the quiet dignity of your walk, God was meticulously observing every intricate detail of your life. He saw with perfect clarity every selfless act of kindness you extended, given freely, and without the slightest expectation of return. But when you give to the needy, do not let your left hand know what your right hand is doing, so that your giving may be in secret. Then your Father, who sees what is done in secret, will reward you. Matthew 6:34. He was the sole witness to every silent sacrifice you made. Those countless moments when you poured out your energy and compassion, unseen and unapplauded by human eye. He meticulously counted every tear you shed in the quiet, solitary hours of the night, those poignant moments when the weight of the world pressed down heavy upon your soul. And I tell you now, with every fiber of my being, none of it, absolutely none of it, was in vain. Because in those hidden places, in those lonely moments when you felt utterly invisible to the world, God was taking diligent, profound note. He saw when you chose to give, even when your own resources were painfully scarce, demonstrating a generosity that defied logic. He saw when you extended a hand of genuine help to someone who could never, ever repay you, embodying the purest form of selfless love. Whoever gives to the poor lends to the Lord, and he will reward them for what they have done. Proverbs 19:17. He saw with divine approval when you chose to walk the narrow road, the difficult road, precisely because it was the undeniably right thing to do, even when it meant personal cost. And now, my dear child of God, the time has come, a momentous season for heaven to return all of it to you, not merely in equal measure, but pressed down, shaken together, and running over with abundance. Give, and it will be given to you. A good measure, pressed down, shaken together, and running over, will be poured into your lap. For with the measure you use, it will be measured to you. Luke 6:38. You see, the kingdom of heaven does not operate by the world's often unjust and superficial standard. It possesses its own magnificent, inviolable reward system, a divine ledger where every act of faithfulness is meticulously recorded and ultimately honored. And when the Lord, in his infinite wisdom and perfect timing, decides to reward the faithful, there is no power in hell, no human obstacle, no earthly challenge that can possibly stop it. This precisely is why a wealthy stranger, a person of profound means and influence, is about to step into the tapestry of your life. This arrival is not by mere chance, nor is it a stroke of random luck, but rather it is a direct divine response. A powerful response to every prayer you whispered in the quiet sanctity of your secret place. It is a tangible response to every moment you cried out, Lord, does anyone truly see what I'm enduring? Does anyone understand this path? It is a compassionate response to the quiet, yearning questions of your very soul. God has been meticulously preparing this precise moment all along, orchestrating every detail with divine precision. And the blessing that is coming, I assure you, will transcend anything you have ever known or experienced. It will not arrive through familiar doors, nor will it neatly fit within the confines of your established expectations. Because when God chooses to honor unwavering faithfulness, he does so in a way that utterly overflows with abundance. He won't simply give you what's fair, he will pour out more than you could ever have possibly dreamed. He won't simply lead you to a comfortable, familiar place. He will lift you to a level, a dimension of purpose that you never imagined you could reach. He won't necessarily use the path you anticipated. Instead, he will dispatch unexpected people, orchestrate unpredictable moments, and unleash divine plot twists that will joyously turn your entire world around in an instant. And beloved, make no mistake, this right now is one of those pivotal, life-altering moments. And we know that in all things God works for the good of those who love him, who have been called according to his purpose. Romans 8:28. So I ask you now, with the weight of this divine truth settling upon your heart, are you truly ready? Are you profoundly prepared in your spirit, in the deepest chambers of your being, to receive what you have been waiting for, hoping for, praying for all this time? Because what is coming, I promise you, will far exceed every hope, every single prayer, and every silent longing that has resided within your heart. But before this magnificent turning point in your story fully manifests, there is something else. Something vitally important. That you absolutely must understand. Before every truly great breakthrough, there is always, without exception, a test. This is not a coincidence, nor is it an accidental setback. It is a divine filter, a sacred process meticulously designed not to break your spirit, but rather to powerfully reveal who you truly are at your core. Consider it pure joy, my brothers and sisters, whenever you face trials of many kinds, because you know that the testing of your faith produces perseverance. James 1, the faithful one, the one who never gave up, even when the pain was almost unbearable. You, my friend, a friend have passed the test. You may not have even realized it, for it didn't arrive with flashing lights or a loud celebratory announcement. No, it came quietly, often in those profound moments when you felt you were at your absolute breaking point, when the sheer weight of life pressed down so hard that you barely breathed. There are days, weren't there, when life hit you like a relentless wave, hard, unforgiving, and seemingly endless. Days when people you trusted turned their backs on you, when doors you thought were wide open suddenly, inexplicably slammed shut without warning. And in that stillness, in those raw, vulnerable moments, you asked yourself, is it even worth continuing? Can I really go on? But you didn't give up. You kept walking, one weary, courageous step at a time. You held on to your unwavering faith, even when it felt like everything around you was crumbling into dust. You remained fiercely true to who you are, refusing to compromise your soul for a fleeting shortcut. You didn't betray your deeply held values just to get ahead. You didn't succumb to the suffocating darkness, even when the road seemed endlessly long and incredibly lonely. And through it all, God saw it all, every single moment. For my thoughts are not your thoughts, neither are your ways my ways, declares the Lord. As the heavens are higher than the earth, so are my ways higher than your ways and my thoughts. Isaiah 55, 8, 9. He saw your incredible strength when others would have undoubtedly collapsed under the pressure. He saw your remarkable patience while everything seemed frustratingly delayed. He saw the pure, untainted essence of your heart when no one else could see past the surface, past the trials. And now, because of every single one of those acts, because of the unwavering character forged in the fire of adversity, something holy, something utterly profound is about to shift. The divine moment is swiftly approaching. A man or woman of significant means, a stranger, is not about to find you by mere chance. No, they are being divinely led step by step straight into your life with purposeful precision. In their hearts, humans plan their course, but the Lord establishes their steps. Proverbs 16:9. Because what God has meticulously planned for you is not merely a prize to be won. It is a profound declaration, a statement to the world. It's not simply a blessing, it's a heavenly acknowledgement, a tangible confirmation that you have indeed passed the test with flying colors. What you're experiencing right now, the tension, the waiting, the immense pressure, is the direct, glorious result of every righteous decision you made. Particularly when it would have been infinitely easier to choose the wrong path. This, my friends, is the abundant harvest from every seed of faith you quietly planted when no human hand was there to applaud you. And now, at long last, the magnificent reward is coming into full bloom. But there's something else you absolutely need to grasp. The way this blessing arrives will not, I repeat, will not look like anything you expected. It will not follow the carefully crafted script you had in your mind, nor will it conform to your logical anticipation. So, pay very close attention. What comes next will fundamentally change everything you know. The universe itself does not move by accident or random happenstance. There is a holy order, an intricate design behind all things. What may have appeared random or frustratingly delayed was in truth divinely orchestrated with meticulous care long before you ever knew it was a part of your story. And we know that in all things God works for the good of those who love Him, who have been called according to His purpose. Romans 8:28. Even now, as these powerful words settle into your spirit, Something profound is already unfolding in the unseen realm. A sacred connection is actively being forged, a delicate yet incredibly strong thread that will irrevocably tie your present circumstances to a future far greater, far more glorious than you could ever have possibly imagined. You, my dear friend, do not need to desperately chase after opportunities. You don't have to exhaust yourself trying to force open locked doors that were never meant for you to open on your own. Because when God, the Almighty, moves, He does so with absolute precision, with flawless timing, and with an undeniable authority. He does not rush in chaos. He does not stumble or falter in uncertainty. Instead, He executes His perfect plan with such impeccable timing that it silences all doubt. And right now, at this very moment, that meticulously crafted divine plan is fully activated, set into motion on your behalf. Being confident of this, that He who began a good work in you will carry it on to completion until the day of Christ Jesus. Philippians 1:6. Somewhere, perhaps in a place you've never even visited, a person has been divinely prepared. This individual has been molded, positioned, and entrusted with the keys to unlock a brand new dimension of your purpose, a level of influence and impact you never conceived. Yes, this person possesses abundant resources. Yes, they wield significant influence in the world. But their material wealth, while present, is not what truly matters most in this divine equation. It is the profound purpose, the heavenly assignment behind this meticulously orchestrated meeting that holds eternal weight. Because this isn't just a wealthy benefactor. This is a powerful vessel, an instrument perfectly poised in the very hands of Almighty God. Think about that for a moment. While you were courageously walking through hardship, diligently learning how to trust through the often impenetrable fog of uncertainty, God was simultaneously aligning someone else in another time and place, shaping their journey so that it would intersect with yours at this appointed hour. And now, that sacred time has finally arrived. Soon your paths will irrevocably cross. For from Him and through Him and for Him are all things. To Him be the glory forever. Amen. Romans 11:36. This, my friends, is precisely how God works. When Joseph was unjustly confined in prison, he had no human idea that his simple, humble connection with Pharaoh's cupbearer would miraculously become the very bridge that would lead him directly to the palace, to a position of unparalleled power and influence. When Ruth, in her quiet humility, was gathering leftover grain in the fields, she could never have imagined that she was moments away from meeting Boaz, the man who would forever change her destiny and secure her future. When David, a simple shepherd boy, was tending his sheep in the peaceful, unassuming countryside, he had no inkling that the prophet Samuel was already on his way, specifically dispatched by God to anoint him as the future king of a nation. Do you see the profound pattern? There's always a connection, always a person divinely positioned at the exact perfect moment to release the next level, the next grand chapter in the life of someone chosen by God. And now, my beloved friends, it is undeniably your turn. Do not worry about the intricacies of how it will happen. Do not lose a single moment of precious sleep over when precisely it will unfold. Do not push on doors that remain stubbornly locked. And most importantly, do not chase after what God is already in the process of sending directly to you. Instead, trust with every fiber of your being that the divine plan is moving forward perfectly on time, orchestrated with celestial precision. You may have spent years, perhaps even decades, searching, praying, and hoping for that one right person to step into your life, the right connection, the right opportunity, the perfect moment that could finally swing open the door and change absolutely everything. Deep down, You might have believed that if you could just cross paths with the right individual, someone with influence, favor, or profound wisdom, then the scattered pieces of your life would finally come together, and the burdens you've carried for so long would miraculously begin to lift. But let me share something sacred with you now, something that will powerfully shift your perspective on everything that has transpired up to this pivotal point. Though weeping may last for a night, joy comes in the morning. Psalm 35. The connection that God is meticulously preparing for your life is not built upon your striving, your relentless effort, or even how perfectly you have performed. No, this sacred connection, this divine encounter, does not hinge on how hard you've pushed or how long you've patiently waited. It rests solely and unshakably on the magnificent foundation of God's perfect will, His sovereign timing, and the glorious blueprint He designed for your life long before you ever took your first breath. Perhaps along your journey you felt utterly invisible. Maybe you've poured out your heart and soul in rooms that felt eerily empty, your words echoing into silence. Perhaps you've worked diligently and faithfully behind the scenes, while others were celebrated and applauded in the dazzling spotlight. You gave generously even when you barely had anything left to give. You showed profound kindness when no human eye was watching. You remained fiercely loyal even when your unwavering loyalty was met with disheartening silence or even betrayal. And through it all, you kept showing up. You kept believing. You kept loving. You kept serving, all while others seemed to effortlessly move ahead, leaving you, seemingly, behind. If you love me, keep my commands. John 14:15. But I want you to know with absolute certainty that none of that, not one single moment, was for nothing. Every unseen act of goodness, every hidden sacrifice, every moment of quiet, enduring perseverance was a sacred, intentional preparation. While you may have felt forgotten by man, you were never, ever unnoticed by heaven. God was watching. He saw every tear. He meticulously recorded every prayer. And while it may have seemed like nothing significant was happening, the profound truth is that God was working behind the scenes, orchestrating, aligning, and creating. There are seasons in life when God performs His most powerful, transformative work away from public view, in the hidden place, in the silence, behind closed doors. He is divinely arranging appointments, molding hearts, refining character, and shaping intricate situations with breathtaking precision. Because before He ever reveals the blessing, He first perfectly crafts the vessel. And that vessel, my dear friend, is you. God does not rush masterpieces. He does not cut corners or settle for mediocrity. He takes His perfect time, working deeply within the recesses of your soul, pruning, refining, strengthening, and preparing you for this very moment. And just like a master artist who steps back to meticulously examine every brushstroke before unveiling a magnificent painting to the world, God has been shaping your story line by line, moment by glorious moment. So, if you have felt hidden, if you have felt delayed, if you felt as though your season would never truly arrive, take heart. The delay was not denial, it was divine preparation. The silence was not absence, it was purposeful, intentional quietude. Because what God is about to do in your life, what He's setting up behind the scenes, will be worth every tear, every moment of waiting, and every prayer that you thought went unanswered. He has not forgotten you. He has been preparing you, and the time is incredibly near. Listen closely now. The person who is about to change your life may not look like a hero in human terms. They may not wear the robes of royalty. They may not speak in the polished tones you imagined. But when they appear, oh, you will know. There will be something in the very way they speak, something profound in their eyes, something undeniable in their spirit that will tell you, this is not ordinary. This is a divine appointment, a heavenly encounter. This stranger will not arrive by chance. They will be sent directly from heaven for a purpose far greater than you yet comprehend. And here's the miracle, the profound beauty of it all. Their blessing isn't just for them. Their success was not given solely for their comfort. No, they were lifted so that they could lift others. They were blessed so they could become a blessing. And you, yes, you, are an integral part of their divine assignment. And God is able to bless you abundantly so that in all things at all times, having all that you need, you will abound in every good work. 2 Corinthians 9:8. Very soon you will begin to see doors swing open. Doors no man can shut. I know your deeds. See, I have placed before you an open door that no one can shut. I know that you have little strength. Yet you have kept my word and have not denied my name. Revelation 3:8. Opportunities that once seemed utterly unreachable will begin to chase you down. People of immense influence, individuals with significant resources in open hands. People you thought were too far out of reach will miraculously start showing up on your path. But listen carefully, because this is the crucial defining piece. It's not enough to be in the right place. You must be spiritually prepared to recognize the door when it opens. Many have missed their moment, not because they were in position, but because they weren't prepared in their spirit. And now, I want to reveal something even deeper, something that truly separates those who receive from those who miss their divine visitation. Obedience is the master key. Obedience is what unlocks doors that no human hand can touch. It is what moves the invisible realm. It is what unleashes blessings that no logic, no human explanation can ever fully comprehend. What you did in secret, what you chose when no one was watching, what you gave without expecting anything in return, heaven recorded it all. And now, it is coming back to you in glorious measure. If you fully obey the Lord your God and carefully follow all his commands, all these blessings will come on you and accompany you. You may not have understood it then. Yet, you may have asked, Lord, why this trial? Why this season of silence? Why this delay? But every act of obedience, every decision to trust God, instead of following your own limited plan, every whispered yes to his will when no would have been infinitely easier, that was building something far greater than you could see. And now, beloved, it is undeniably time for manifestation. Obedience doesn't just bring a blessing, it brings relocation. It doesn't just improve your life, it shifts you to a new level entirely, a higher ground. It was obedience that compelled Abraham to leave his homeland, not knowing where he was going, trusting only in the God who called him. It was obedience that empowered Moses to stand before Pharaoh with nothing but a staff and a divine promise. It was obedience that caused Peter to leave behind his boat, his nets, and his old life to follow Jesus into the thrilling unknown. And you, yes, you have done the same. You obeyed when it was difficult. You trusted when you could not see the path clearly. And just like then, you are now standing at the very edge of glorious fulfillment. Get ready! God is about to honor every single step of faith you took in the dark, every quiet act of trust. Because when obedience perfectly meets divine timing, miracles, the truly earth-shaking kind, will follow. As we stand on the threshold of a new year, filled with boundless potential and divine promise, let us distill these truths into actionable principles that will guide you towards even greater happiness and success in 2026. These are not merely suggestions, they are sacred blueprints for living a life overflowing with purpose and joy, embodying the very essence of what we discussed today. Embrace these 5 vital applications and watch as your life transforms. 1. Cultivate unwavering faith in the unseen. Remember those moments when you felt invisible, when God was taking diligent note of your silent sacrifices. Carry that assurance into every new day. Trust that even when circumstances seem chaotic or unclear, a divine order is always at work behind the scenes. Your faith is the magnet for miracles. Let it be the foundation upon which every decision and every hope is built, knowing that the greatest blessings often unfold in ways you least expect. Hold fast to the conviction that God is meticulously orchestrating every detail for your ultimate good. Now, faith is confidence in what we hope for and assurance about what we do not see. Hebrews 11:1. 2. Embrace the power of obedience, especially in the quiet moments. We learn that obedience is the master key, unlocking doors no human hand can touch. This year, consciously choose the righteous path, even when it's difficult or goes against the grain. Honor your values, extend kindness without expectation, and make choices that align with divine principles. These quiet acts of faithfulness are not small. They are monumental, building a foundation for extraordinary breakthroughs that will manifest publicly and powerfully. Your integrity in private fuels your promotion in public. To obey is better than sacrifice. 1 Samuel 15:22. 3. Recognize and receive divine appointments with discerning eyes. The blessing is coming, often through unexpected people and unpredictable moments. Remain spiritually alert, with your heart aligned and your ears tuned to the still small voice of the Lord. Don't let the ordinary disguise the extraordinary. Be prepared to discern God's hand in unexpected encounters, in conversations that seem mundane, or in opportunities that don't fit your preconceived notion. Your readiness to say yes when it counts the most will be the turning point. Be very careful then how you live, not as unwise, but as wise, making the most of every opportunity. Ephesians 5:15-16. 4. Release the old to welcome the new with grace. God is moving you to a new level, a new season, and sometimes that requires leaving things behind. Don't cling to what God is asking you to release, whether it's old relationships, limiting beliefs, or stagnant circumstances. What feels like a loss is often promotion, and what seems like separation is truly divine redirection. Embrace these shifts with courage and gratitude, knowing that God is clearing space for something far greater than you could imagine. Let go of what no longer serves your highest purpose. See, I am doing a new thing. Now it springs up. Do you not perceive it? I am making a way in the wilderness and streams in the wasteland. Isaiah 43:19. 5. Declare your readiness with joyful expectation. This is not a passive journey. It is an active co-creation with the divine. Your blessing is here, and it's about to manifest. Take a moment each day to declare your readiness to receive it. Speak life and possibility into your future. Cultivate a spirit of joyful expectation, knowing that every tear, every moment of waiting, every prayer has been sacred preparation. Your anticipation is a powerful force, inviting heaven's abundance to manifest in every area of your life. The Lord delights in those who fear Him, who put their hope in His unfailing love. Psalm 147:11. Now, this is your moment. Take a deep breath. Wow. Well, feel the power of these words settling into your spirit. I invite you now, with all the faith you can muster, to boldly declare your readiness. Share this message with someone who needs to hear it. Someone who needs to understand that their unseen faithfulness is about to be rewarded. Let this truth ignite a fire within you and step into the incredible destiny that has been waiting for you, prepared by the hand of Almighty God.